Okay, it is that time of the month again. What I watched in February. So I've had a few good theater visits this month. Dune 2. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. Lisa Frankenstein. I'm trying to think. There's been a few movies that I've seen. And oddly enough, this month I've watched a good handful of silent films. I don't know why I've been on a silent film kick, but I have. So let's go ahead and start with the DVDs, and then we'll go to the Blu-rays, and then the special edition Blu-rays and 4Ks, whatever. So first up, Dark Song, which this is still in its wrapper because I actually bought this and I was out and I saw a article on Facebook about it. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? It's on Tubi. I'm going to go ahead and watch it. And I watched it, and it's actually pretty good. It's definitely your different type of ghost haunting story. Yeah, it's not, it goes places that you wouldn't necessarily expect. And I appreciated that. And the two leads that are in this are fairly enjoyable to watch. So I don't know. I like the little twist that it takes on the whole ghost story or demonic or spirit thing. I don't know. Aline, I ended up getting this on DVD. I kind of wish I would have got the Blu-ray, but I didn't. And this has one of those, well, it's not a weird aspect ratio. It's actually 165:1 instead of 166:1. Which is kind of a little bit uncommon. But Anne Hathaway, I really enjoy her a lot. This is very much so, it's a slower type of film, like it is a slow burn, to say the least, but it is one of those films that I think was pretty overlooked last year. So if you guys have not had a chance to check it out, definitely show some support to this film. I really enjoy anything that Neon puts out, if I'm being completely honest. But even the setting and the time period for this, it's very pleasant just to watch. It's got sort of this cozy feel to it. I don't really want to spoil a lot for this, although if it even says a wild Hitchcockian noir. So if you like Hitchcock, if you like noir, you might end up liking this. Blair Witch Project. I have nothing to add to this. I've seen this film so many times. I watched it whenever I was just a wee little whippersnapper, and I showed one of my friends this for the first time, and he really enjoyed it. And I'm glad, because this is one of those films that just you'll never have the same experience that you did the first time you watched it, which is very unfortunate. But we were inspired to watch this because my good friend L.R. Smith, he made a film called New Folder, which if you guys want to watch that, it's also found footage. We really enjoyed it. We actually did a double feature with his film and Blair Witch, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll put a link down in the description for his film. Talking about Denis Villeneuve, I actually got some shit on my Dune 2 review on how to pronounce his name. Look, I've heard his name pronounced like 4 different things, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'll get there. But Maelstrom, this is one that a lot of people probably haven't seen, but I found the DVD for it and I watched it, and I'm going to hold off on talking about his films because also we have August 32nd, which is another film that is really hard to find by him. I don't even know. I found this one on eBay. So yeah, but yeah, I enjoy his films a lot. But I'm going to save these films for whenever I actually do my ranking video, which will be soon. Let's see, talking about some silent films. Lon Chaney, I watched He Who Gets Slapped and Laugh Clown Laugh. And this one also comes with The Unknown, which is also a part of the Freaks Criterion. But yeah, these were pretty pleasant. I enjoy a good circus movie. I didn't watch all the films that were on this, but I enjoy Lon Chaney. Altered States. I had made a video actually talking about Ken Russell not long ago, but it hasn't went up yet, and I don't know if I'm actually going to put it up. But this film has William Hurt. Ken Russell, I enjoy him a lot. He's one of the more underrated directors that you know I know of. 20 Days in Mariupol. I made a video about this. If you guys want to check it out, it's one of my more recent videos. This is a very powerful documentary for sure. I watched it on YouTube, and I ended up having to buy the DVD for it. I had to. It was just, I don't want to say it was so good, but it was very informative, very heartbreaking. The Fourth Kind. This is one that I had seen a little bit ago. I don't remember really anything from it. And watching it now, it actually is pretty freaky. Like, there are some pretty freaky scenes in this. I don't know if it necessarily holds up completely, but if you like alien abduction, I'm pretty sure you're going to like this. I'm pretty sure you've probably already seen this. And Diary of a Country Priest. I really hope that Criterion does a Blu-ray upgrade for this. Robert Bresson, love him so much. His filmography is just stellar. One of my favorite, this is going to sound kind of cringe, but one of my favorite black and white films. I don't know, it's just the cinematography for this is amazing, and that one shot where he's coming up to the tree, so good. This is the type of film that'll really make you think. Now for the Blu-rays, Priscilla, got it on Blu-ray, saw it in theaters. It's such a good film. I love really anything that Sofia Coppola does. I don't have to explain this, it's about Elvis's wife. Hunger Game, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This film was slow. This film had moments that were better than the whole entire Hunger Games series, but then there's also some moments that were kind of the worst in the Hunger Games series, so I don't know. But I enjoyed it for what it was, but I think I enjoyed the first half of this more than I did the second. I don't know. I'm not sure. I would need a rewatch because I just bought the Blu-ray for this. We'll see. No Hard Feelings. Oh my gosh, this film is so good. Jennifer Lawrence is great in this. It's just, a romantic comedy that does not take itself serious, and it's so fucking good. It's so funny. If you guys have not seen it, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix too, I think. I'll talk about this one later. Another silent film, Battleship Potemkin. I've actually heard this pronounced Battleship Pokeman, so I'm just going to say it like that, whatever. One of the greatest silent films ever. The Odessa Steps scene is probably one of the greatest edited sequences ever. This particular release is from Kino Lorber. Yeah, if you guys have not seen this, what are you doing? I get that some silent films some people can't get into, but Battleship Pokeman and The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, those are ones that I would just recommend to anybody. The Fountain, Darren Aronofsky. Not my favorite Darren Aronofsky film, but Hugh Jackman's great. It goes back in time, in different time periods with Hugh Jackman's character. It's a little bit messy, it's a little bit muddled, but there's reasons for that if you look it up. VHS 85, this is actually one of the better VHS films. I enjoyed my time with this. Keep pumping these out, seriously, because I just absolutely love these films a lot. This series is so good. Tommy, another film by Ken Russell. If you enjoy The Who and you like a musical that's sort of similar to Pink Floyd's The Wall to an extent, definitely check this out. Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage. I actually regret not seeing this one in theaters because it was so good, so funny. Nicolas Cage is great. It's basically about a man or a professor. Paul Matthews, he's in these people's dreams, like everybody's dreams. Everybody in the world is basically dreaming about him, and he's having to suffer the repercussions, the unwanted repercussions of this, but it's so good. And RMN from Christian Mungiu. I'm just going to say Christian Mungiu. This film is great. I'm actually going to be talking about the rest of his films on here, so I'm actually not going to talk about these. Anytime that I get to one of these films, because I'm going to wait, because I might do a ranking for his films, but just know I really enjoy him as a director. Okay, now we're getting into the special editions. Night and Fog, watch this on HBO. This is one of those films where I think you should either watch it before or after Zone of Interest, and I ended up getting the DVD for it because it was really cheap. It's only 32 minutes. If you guys have not seen it, what are you guys doing? Come on, check it out. Inside, one of my favorite French extremity films. I ended up getting the second sight for this. I'm so glad to have it on Blu-ray because I only had it on DVD. Basically, this woman is trying to steal... just watch it. Just watch it. I don't want to say anything. Blind Chance from Krzysztof Kieslowski. Oh my gosh, he is such a great director. Decalogue, Three Colors Trilogy, Double Life of Veronica, Blind Chance. The ending of this film kind of had me shook, I'm not going to lie. Trainspotting. This is the 4K Criterion glow-in-the-dark Trainspotting. If you've never seen it, this is probably the best way to watch it. The 4K transfer for this is gorgeous, plus Ewan McGregor, and this is great. Love me some Danny Boyle. The Phantom Carriage, another silent film. I wasn't the biggest fan of this, but, we'll talk about this one actually in a second. 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days from my boy Christian M. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The Night Porter, a very controversial film. Charlotte Rampling is just... this film is kind of electrifying, I'm not going to lie, but it's very controversial and it kind of makes you feel weird after watching it. It's basically about a SS officer who falls in love with an ex-concentration camp prisoner. It's kind of bizarre. Love and Saucers, one of the better documentaries that I've seen lately. It's only an hour and like 5 minutes. It's about this man who claims that he's had SE, whatever, with aliens. It's actually, it's more impressive than I'm making it out to be. And I'm not going to go in like a lot of details with these. Like, again, these videos are just, I've gotten some criticism for not talking about these films to a greater extent. But the thing is if you guys watch this video and there's certain films that you guys want me to make a separate video about, I'll do so. I just kind of like to touch on these, you know, just to reminisce on my good times of the month. Women in Love, Ken Russell. Another weird aspect ratio of 175:1, which was not utilized that much. This is one of his lesser known films, but still, nonetheless, really good. Oliver Reed is in this, Glenda Jackson, Jenny Linden. This is just a very sort of, it's not necessarily a love triangle, but I wouldn't be surprised if you watched the trailer for this film and saw that, but it's set in 1920s England, and yeah, it's just, or Britain, I'm not exactly sure, it doesn't even say on the back of it, oh well. Dog Soldiers, the 4K for Second Sight. Selt McTavish is in this film. Yeah, I like Dog Soldiers, one of the better werewolf films. If you've not seen, you've seen this. You've seen Dog Soldiers, I'm sure. Graduation from my boy Christian M. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Der Golem, another silent film along with The Man Who Laughs and The Passion of Joan of Arc. This Passion of Joan of Arc is really fucking good. This film is amazing. This film, if you look at some of the behind the scenes for this, such a good fucking film. I know I keep saying the F word, but oh well. Der Golem, it was good. I liked it. And The Man Who Laughs, I was not the biggest fan of this, if I'm being completely honest. But you know what probably inspired the Joker? There was a lot of circus films, a lot of circus silent films back in the day. The circus was popular. The circus was popping off. Beyond the Hills, another film from my boy Christian M. We will talk about him soon, I promise. La Haine. This is my favorite film that I watched in February. This film is awesome. It's basically, it's this weird, it's not even necessarily a hangout film, but it's got Vincent Cassel. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the rest of these names, but this film is powerful, seriously. This is basically 3 French, I guess you could say, delinquents just running around for 24 hours, but it's so good. This is like one of the best films ever. And now let's go into some of my cute little 4Ks. Don't Look Now. Had a chance to watch this in 4K from Second Sight. This is the way to go with this, seriously. This is one of the greatest horror films ever. I would like to make a separate video on this. The last like 10 minutes of this film is just, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The Lighthouse. I've seen this film probably 6 times at this point, but this is the 4K. Had a chance to show one of my buddies this for the first time. And we had a fun time with it. The Lighthouse definitely holds up. Probably my favorite Robert Eggers film. Army of Darkness 4K. Here's a confession. I did not watch this month, although I have seen this like 20 times. This is one of my favorite films to watch when I was a kid. I got this for $9. I got this for $9, the 4K, which I actually had a chance to check out the transfer and it looks good. I just haven't watched it. It's in this pile. I'm sorry, sue me. And last but not least, Alien 4K. I showed this to one of my friends for the first time as well. One of my favorite Ridley Scott movie probably. This puts the science and fiction. I love this film so much. If you have not seen this film, what the fuck? And that will do it for what I watched in February. I tried to get this video over with as soon as possible. I'm actually about to go to the theater and I got to do some more editing on Pesadilla. But if any of these films you want me to talk about at a greater extent, please let me know. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. Hope you guys are having a terrific day, had a terrific month, and yeah, check out my Pesadilla teaser or trailer, actual trailer down below in the description below, and LR Smith's film. But anyway, take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time.